All right, well, we're here with Different Pews, Same Promise, and this is Michael Kopp. I'm here with a few middle school students who I've had the pleasure of getting to know the past couple years. I teach them in mainly math, religion, science, but they see me in and out of different classrooms, different stuff. But if you guys don't mind, if you just introduce yourselves. So,
I'm Mallory. I'm in 6th grade.
Mallory,
I'm
very
Marcello.
nice to meet you.
I'm in 8th grade.
Marcello, good to see you.
I'm MZ and I'm in 7th grade.
MZ, all right. Well, perfect, guys. We're going to just kind of jump into a little bit of who you are, what brought you to Epiphany, and then just some, basic middle school talk. So, Mallory, we'll start with you because you're going through confirmation, right?
Yeah.
Do you mind telling everybody what brought you to Epiphany?
I was going to a public elementary school, and it just got overcrowded and really bad. And my parents were planning on sending me here anyways because they wanted a private Lutheran school. So.
Okay, cool. But was it they wanted a private Lutheran school? That's kind of why they were looking at Epiphany?
Yeah.
So did your mom and dad grow up Lutheran?
My mom grew up Catholic. She went to a Catholic school, and my
Okay.
dad, he grew up Lutheran.
Gotcha. Cool. Marcello, you went to Lutheran High North, so you know Miss Termina, but you know some people that we connected with throughout time at Lutheran High North. What brought you to Epiphany from there?
So one of the teachers recommended it to me because she knew that I liked small schools and working with small groups. So I came here. My parents enrolled me. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, last year, right? Was your first year?
Yeah, last
So you were at 6th grade at Lutheran High North and then 7th and 8th grade here?
Yeah.
So you're about to graduate. Where are you going to high school?
Memorial High School, not Lutheran,
But Memorial High School?
yeah, the one in Piney Point.
Gotcha. So are you scared?
A little bit.
A little bit?
It's huge.
Yeah, it's a big difference between even from middle school to high school, right? Big jump. So, well, I know you're going to do great. MZ, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Good to see you. What brought you to Epiphany?
So my parents traveled a lot, especially whenever they came back from Brazil. And I didn't have a school to go to, but then we passed by this one, and then my mom was like, "That's a great school to go to. It's really close by." So, yeah.
So you checked it out?
Mhm.
Okay, so you live nearby here?
Yeah.
And so you saw the school when you travel to and from and pass
Yeah.
by and stuff?
Mhm.
Cool. You've been here for a while though, right?
Yeah, I joined in 5th grade.
In 5th grade?
Mhm.
Oh, I thought you joined sooner than that.
No,
But yeah.
like,
The
yeah.
whole year in 5th grade, or did you come in partway through the year?
the whole year. I've been here for 3 years.
Okay, 3
Yeah.
years total. So the same as Ada.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how I knew you. You knew Ada in 5th grade, and that's how I knew you went back to Brazil for a while in 5th grade.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
because of Ada, but I didn't know you weren't there before. But that's cool. So yeah, so a little different. Each of you came to the Lutheran school a little bit differently. So a lot of the podcasting for Different Pews, Same Promise has been me talking to friends of mine or even Mr. Schleicher or his brother on how they became Lutheran. And so do you guys know what the differences in Lutheran to other denominations are?
Mhm.
Better now than maybe before? Or is that all you've known?
Before I came to Epiphany, I just knew I was Christian. I didn't know I was Lutheran specifically, but my parents told me it was a Lutheran school because my dad's side of the family was Lutheran, and my mom, I think she converted, but I basically I thought I was Christian, and then when we came here, I found out I was Lutheran, and
A little bit more about it.
yeah,
So
much more.
do you enjoy confirmation?
It's fun.
Enjoy the pieces of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I started as Catholic. I was baptized at a Catholic church, but
Really?
we had a Lutheran church close to our house. We had St. Mark Lutheran.
Oh yeah.
So I went there, and we slowly turned Lutheran to the point where my little sister was baptized at St. Mark, and now we're probably Lutheran.
Okay. So, did you know that Mrs. Kopp went to school at St. Mark?
Yeah, she did tell
Yeah.
me. She also went to North, too.
Yep, she graduated from North, had some records at North, and then Mr. Dandy, he went to St. Mark as well. And then my daughter Melody, she went to Our Savior, and then they met at Lutheran High North together when they were in high school together. So
That's really cool.
yeah, so the connections are pretty wild. Kind of like some of the connections at the play today at Memorial. That was pretty neat. So the boy I gave a big hug to, one of the quartet guys with the mustache, the taller one, his name's Roman. I actually taught him in 5th grade at Pilgrim Lutheran down in Bel Air with Mrs. Kopp. So we're actually really close with their family. And his older sister, actually him and his older sister used to work for me out at the brewery.
My best friend, I met him at Lutheran North. He's still my friend.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
That's neat.
Met him in 6th grade.
6th grade? Well, you guys went together? Were you both in 6th grade?
Yeah, we were
or
both at Lutheran North in 6th grade.
Okay, cool. That's pretty neat. So, MZ, I know you work in a church. Do you know what kind of denomination the church is? Because you do a lot of music and stuff for the church, right?
Yes. It's a Baptist church, but it's
Okay.
like a different version of Baptist. It's not like the actual Baptist. It's somewhat around there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of breakoffs, just like there's different Lutheran churches, like
Sure,
the
yeah.
Evangelical Lutheran Church, and then there's actually a Wisconsin Synod. You ever heard of Wisconsin Synod? Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But Wisconsin Synod is actually much more conservative and kind of old school traditional. But my dad grew up Southern Baptist, which was like the real strict Baptist church that kind of grew out of the South, and then we have some close friends that go to like First Baptist. So is it similar to like First Baptist, like the big Baptist churches, or is it different from that?
Yeah, it's like a bigger. I think it's more leaning to the Pentecostal side.
Okay,
So it's a mixture between those two.
I got you.
So yeah.
I got you now. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I don't know a whole lot about the Pentecostal church in Texas, but we had some really close Pentecostal friends when I was in college in Nebraska. So the Pentecostal church is definitely, I know of them and understand them pretty well. But so can any of you tell me like what Lutherans believe about the promise that is given to us? And maybe, Mallory, you could go last since you just did a whole play on this with Pastor Moko. Do you know what I'm talking about? When I say the promise, do you know what I'm saying?
The crucifixion?
Okay, so that's a big part of it, right? So the promise that we talk about is the promise in Christ. So Christ promising us life and salvation after his death and resurrection, right? So the crucifixion, yes. So it all ties in. So the promise that God gives us through him, through Christ. So yeah, that's but Mallory just did a big old play on that, but I was wondering if that ties in to kind of what you believe at your churches or your beliefs at home and stuff too.
I do know about how we take communion. We take it differently than Catholics. We believe
do.
a little bit different. Something a bit different. Because they believe that it actually like turns into the body and the actual blood. We don't quite believe that. We think that it's the spiritual body and blood.
Right, so we believe in the true words of Christ, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is my body, this is my blood. We believe that in that Christ is present, but we don't believe that
It's his physical body.
it's his
that would be
physical
kind of
body.
gross.
Well, lots of people think that too, yes. But it does, and it has very many different meanings, and it's actually in and amongst the Lutheran Church will be the biggest controversy you hear about is communion. Communion is looked at very differently because Lutherans believe in, much like the parts of the sacrament through the Catholic Church, is that it is sacred through the sacrament. Christ instituted it himself. So since he did that, it's a sacrament that is of great importance. So but in the Lutheran Church, you'll hear a lot about communion and baptism kind of being the two biggest, points of not understanding with other denominations.
In my church, it's kind of different, but we believe in the same one, that it's the same meaning of communion, but we're freely allowed to do. We don't have to go through any process. We just have to believe that Jesus is the one true King in the Bible. So then we can just take it.
Yeah, there's a big push in the Lutheran churches. Actually, the very first episode that I'm still kind of editing, but working on with the three guys that are my best friends and help me start the whole podcast and brand it with the picture and everything. They are all three. All four of us met in the Lutheran church, and two of them go to Lutheran church regularly, and then the other one, he attends a Lutheran church, pretty regularly. But they all became Lutheran in different ways. One of them became Lutheran because their son went to a school there, and they liked the church and they liked what it stood for, so he became Lutheran that way. Another one came in as when he was younger, and then the other one, he and I met at a Lutheran college, but we were just talking about that piece with when is the right time to take communion. So Lutherans have always believed for communion, you really have to understand why you're taking it, the purpose for taking it, and then not just that, the meaning behind it. And so the true meaning behind the body and blood of Christ and what Christ did for us, once it's comprehended, once it's understood, then you go through kind of the confirmation or rite of passage to getting to that point and kind of really know and understand, and then you're why you're kneeling and taking communion next to the person next to you. But it's also one of those things that more and more you're seeing it a lot where kids are understanding a lot sooner. Like people get it quicker, right? So you guys, when you were younger, you may have grown up a lot quicker than I did, because you guys learn, and even you, Mallory, the books you read daily, the amount of information you have compared to what I had when I was your age is just different. Like, you guys are given so much more information sooner. And so kids are growing up a lot quicker.
Especially with the internet.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So, and you see things all the time, right? So, how many of you have cell phones? You don't have a cell phone yet?
I have an iPad.
Okay, well, that's okay. You don't have to be disappointed.
Does it have self-service?
Yeah, well...
Yeah,
that counts.
Yeah, it's an iPad mini I got from my dad. So.
Yeah, well, so stay away from cell phones for as long as you can. You'll be better off for it.
I get a cell phone when I think I turned 14. I think I get a cell phone if I work continuously with this business I have.
Oh, that's good. I mean, the business side of it's cool. But I would bet if I asked the two of you how constructive your phone usage is, I would bet that 90% of what you do on your phone is not constructive. And I don't mean that it's negative or bad. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't necessarily help you with homework. It doesn't necessarily help you accomplish the things you need on a daily basis, right? So cell phones are quite a bit, even though they are a necessity in today's society, especially in Houston, right? Because if you go anywhere, you really need to have a cell phone to be able to contact parents, because you can't use payphones anymore. The town I grew up in, when I was you guys' age, I could ride my bike up to the Walmart, and we'd hang out and buy stuff, and even go to the Subway right next door and go eat. And there was a payphone at every building when I was a kid. So my mom would, send me with a couple of quarters, and I'd put them in my shoe, and then I'd be able to call her and be like, hey, my bike tire popped, or hey, this, that, or the other. Which in Houston, I wouldn't recommend riding your bicycle down most streets in Houston by yourself at this age. And cell phones are somewhat important because you need to be able to contact your parents.
Brazil, it's a different reality.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of pay phones there. They're like these blue things that have phones in them. but nobody really uses them anymore. Only like if you need to. So,
But it's still, they're still usable.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I've not seen a working payphone since I moved to Texas. We actually had a working payphone in Nebraska, but the town was like 6,000 people, and so it was really small. But so yeah, cell phone usage is totally different. You learn things a lot quicker, so don't fret. Cell phones, there's days that I honestly wish I didn't have one. In fact, most of the weekends I go hunting, I completely turn my phone off and don't talk to anyone. It's like, hey, I'm going to take a break from reality.
Yeah.
When I'm with my family, I just I leave my phone in the car sometimes, just so I can listen.
Like when on days like I remember sometimes like when I'm up in the morning and I'm like running a little bit late maybe, and then I have like a track meet or just I have like confirmation. I will not even glance at my iPad the whole day.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing though. It's just you got a lot going on, and even times at home I'll turn my phone off for Lent. I did 2 hours. I shut my phone off. In fact, I shut all electronics off for 2 hours every night during Lent, and it was surprising.
Honestly, the reality of having a cell phone in the 2000s and having a cell phone now is very different because now there's a lot of distractions like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Goat Simulator, and back then it was just for contacting people.
Yeah, I can remember my first cell phone. I was 17, 18. I was a senior in high school, and I can remember it was a flip phone.
Motorola Razr.
Yep, it was a Motorola, and the only thing I could do on it was either play the original Snake game or make a phone call. Because if I text messaged, it was outrageous because they charged you for every single text message.
My mom, first timer, she bought me and my best friend Riley. She bought us. They're like these like the old 80s phones that you can only like call people on. She got us like almost like newer versions of them so we can call over summer.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because then you could call each other on them.
Yeah.
That's neat. That's fun. So real quick, because we don't have a ton of time left, but I do have a question for each of you. What is one thing that you have loved about Epiphany? And then what is one thing that you would like to see either more of or see changed a little bit? Now, just remember, because a lot of the people that may listen to this podcast still have to teach you for the rest of this year. So the truly negative things, let's maybe, rein that in and not say those out loud on the microphones. But taking it to a point, what is one thing you've loved about Epiphany? And I'll start. One thing I've absolutely loved when I've got to Epiphany is the capability of doing things that you never thought you would do. Like even this podcast for me, it's super new, super different. I've never done podcasting. I've obviously never had an issue talking as being a teacher. I stand in front of people and talk all day long, but I've not done anything like this. Going down the SMP and getting a pastoral, an associate's pastor degree is just different too. So the things that you can do in a small place like this, and then also the fact that everybody here, staff, we get really close with the families of the students, like the family feel of the place. Like you walk in and it feels that way. So those are two things that I really like. One thing I'd love to see changed is obviously bathrooms on the other end of the building. As much water as I drink every day, I really would love to see bathrooms on the other end of the building so that when I do have to run to the little boys' room, I don't have to run a mile to get there. So, what you got? Who wants to go first? You got it? Mm-hmm. Let's hear it.
I love all the people here. They're very relatable people. My friends, they both like tech.
Okay.
I love tech. And even a little bit of car stuff. But one thing that I would like to see change is cold water in the water fountains.
Okay, yeah, because I think that's the ECE side of the building too, right? You only see cold water over there. But yeah, that's cool. Okay, also, cold water.
We have a tech lab.
Yeah, you like having a tech lab? She's pretty cool.
It's great.
Definitely one of the best teachers I know. What you think?
So I think that I like the people. They're very nice. I also really like the theater program.
Okay.
Everybody better
That's
go
awesome.
see High School Musical.
I love it.
And
I love it.
something that I don't like is that we don't have a bus. Can we please
Oh
have a bus,
gosh, I
honestly?
get that completely. Yeah, I'm with you on that one too. That's a good call.
Yeah.
So, what you think?
I love like the size and the opportunity. Like, it's so small, and that's one of the, like I said, that's one of the reasons I moved here. And just like the opportunity, like that play, I never would have done anything like that at the public middle school I would have gone to.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with Pastor. I mean,
Yeah.
you're getting in, and I know Ada said at the end of that play production that the thing she loved the most is how close that you and Ada
Yeah.
and Tierney all got, like the three of
Yeah.
you together. And then even some of the times hanging out with Pastor Mucko was just really cool and
it's
just
such
enjoyable.
a close-knit community.
It really is a close-knit community. So it's pretty neat. But well, cool. Any last words before we sign off? I'm gonna piece together, because I'm gonna actually come through and do a little bit of mobile podcasting as well. So I'm gonna try and get some other people on there and pop a few more faces on there. And actually, I'll probably come back to the three of you again, because I've been given permission by your parents for you to be on here. So I'll probably come back to you again and add some more to it. And this podcast, the episode won't come out for probably a couple weeks, but I'm going to start piecing it together, and this is going to be kind of the primary content, and then I'll ask a few more questions throughout the time. But do you guys have any last things you want to say?
Oh, I have one.
Yeah.
That everyone needs to go see the play that we're gonna do.
Yes, High School
It's very
Musical.
necessary to see that.
It is necessary.
I'll go.
It's a necessity. Are you? You're not in it. You're in tech. That's right. Yeah, you better go.
You better go.
I live like
That's right.
30 minutes away, but I guess I'll make the trip.
He'll make the trip. He'll
You
make
better
the trip.
show up.
I wish I
Yeah.
could do the High School Musical.
Oh yeah.
I have to swim.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm already,
You'll be locked in for next year. We got some cool stuff coming next year.
I'm already
So-
You guys should
missing the mock
record it.
meet for that art
You
thing.
guys should get like a camera.
Oh, that's right. Cool. All right. Well, cool, guys. Thank you so much for coming on to Different Pews, Same Promise, and talking a little bit, introducing yourselves, and just kind of having some fun with the sound and the mics. So, appreciate you. We'll talk to you later.
Different pews, same